All right, thank you so much. Welcome back to another episode of the award-winning Sales Game Changers podcast. My name is Fred Diamond with the Institute for Effective Professional Selling, and today is our special Monday morning AI and Sales Brief podcast. It's a subset of the Sales Game Changers podcast. Once again, every Monday morning, we tackle a B2B enterprise sales challenge and address how AI can provide some solutions to that particular problem. I'm joined with my good friends, sales expert Tom Snyder with Funnel Clarity and AI for Selling expert Zeev Wexler. Again, you can find today's show on salesgamechangerspodcast.com, as you can find all the previous shows, including the transcripts. Of course, it's up on YouTube and Apple Podcasts as well. All right, gentlemen, you ready to go with today's sales challenge?
Yep.
All right, it's good to see you both. One problem we always hear about is the struggle companies have with getting clean, up-to-date data entered into their CRM system. How can AI and sales best practice solve this problem? Tom, get us started.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most, from the perspective of the people that I talk to, I think one of the most profound and unrecognized advantages and uses of AI in sales. If you look at the average CRM is populated with very poor data. Why? Because we don't actually give salespeople any guidance as to how to enter the data. Further, we don't really know how to make the CRM work for the salespeople. It works for every other constituency in the business. Oh, there's fancy charts and beautiful this, and I have no problem with that. The problem is if it's not producing anything but more work for the salesperson, what value is it? Properly configured, a CRM is a huge boost to the performance of sellers. But you know what the biggest one is when you marry AI to it, it's phenomenal, because AI does what? I'll let Zeev answer that question. Zeev, this is much more your show than mine.
So guys, this is not only one of the easiest ways and fundamental ways that AI can help sales. And I'll give you a live example of something I've just done. So we went to a company that had really poor information in their CRMs because, again, we're lazy. We don't want to put the right things in. So what we've done is we've built an AI system that actually connects with the prep call information, the actual call with the client, automates that all into the data of the CRM in the way that the salesperson wants it in. So not just data for the sake of data, but data that will help us sell forward. And this is all automated. So from, let's imagine that we're now doing a prep call and we have a big client that we're preparing for. All that information is going to get analyzed by rules that the salespeople and the leadership decides. Then the entire call with the client will be recorded, analyzed. All of that automatically will go through a synchronization and go into the CRM and will produce recommendations for the next stage. So everything is factual. It's based on the prep meeting. It's based on the data of the client that the AI can source and verify. It's based on the actual meeting with the client, and none of it needs any clicking or anything for the salesperson to do. And now we have the wealth of data that we need in order to progress our sales forward, close more. And this is easy, okay? Easy in the fact that the technology of AI does this so well. So all we do is we don't make the salesperson click that in. We take all of that information and we take a way to synthesize that data in a way that we want and put it directly into the CRM that will then guide our future steps. And now everything is there and we're selling more.
Okay. First, I got to do this. There we go. I bow down to you. You're unbelievable. The second thing I want to do is I want to say one thing that you've taught me, Zeev, is that one of the applications of AI is that it's outstanding at pattern recognition. make a comment, if you would, about you have a sales force of, let's say, 100 people. Everyone's got equipped with the kind of thing you just talked about. Wouldn't it be possible for AI to also look for patterns inside of that CRM? And could you just make a comment on that real quick?
Not only inside that CRM, it can make patterns of the sales calls of the salespeople. And from there, somebody like you can say, hey, great sales call, but you got to ask for what success is.
Right.
You know, that's something that the AI recognizes you're not doing. And then inside of the actual tool, it can, after a while, see, hey, when these things happen, the percentage of closing a sale goes triple. So when these things happen, that automatically goes into a hot prospect. So it actually can see, based on time and what happens with the sale, what signs are actual sales signs, not in the world, but in this particular salesperson and product. So it can actually start ranking what's hot. Like, oh, these things happen. Now this automatically moves into the A tier, or however companies are doing it. And each company, we can train the AI to do it by the way they're doing it. But no salespeople is going to come and listen to everything and what was said and what the client said. But for the AI, this is a matter of seconds.
Okay, Fred, I got to grab a couple more seconds. One of the most profound things we try to teach companies is that don't make the priority of pursuing first those companies or potential clients that you most want. Pursue first the target-rich pool of those who appear to most want you. Now, that's easy to roll off the tongue. It's revelatory to most people, but marketing has a tendency to say, here are the big ones. Here are the ones that have a lot of potential for us. Let's go chase them. A lot easier to chase the ones that most want us. How do you find that? It takes research in the marketplace. It takes looking for certain characteristics. And you, Zeev, and I have talked about looking for change, looking for fix, accomplish, avoid, etc. AI can do that for me now, right? Much better than I can. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. And I'll give you an example. This just happened. So we help a company that works a lot with the Japanese market. Okay. Now, we had the AI do research on the Japanese culture. And again, the salespeople should do that. But again, the AI did that research. And it found that the Japanese businessman says yes, without meaning yes. So yes is something that the Japanese businessmen, yeah, we want that, yeah. But they understood that the salespeople now are like, oh my God, we got a sale. This goes up. But the pattern read that, no, this is just cultural. They're just saying that, but they don't actually mean that. Their sales sign is actually slightly different, is when they ask these types of questions. And with that, we were able to save so many hours for salespeople for chasing these Japanese companies that in the meeting say, yeah, but they didn't really mean that. And that was something that saved that company so much. And now we understood who are the real hot prospects. Because as salespeople, we all love when someone says yes, we're like, we're chasing, let's go. So that is an example that just happened recently. So the AI can take the cultural information, the company information, their past actions, and put that all into something. And the more you use it, the more it learns. That's the beauty of this.
That's great.
Yeah, that's really exciting. One of the things that the IEPS is most excited about is what we call our Selling Essentials Marketplace. We've hand selected about a dozen top resources for sales organizations. Funnel Clarity and Zeev, your company are part of that. One thing that's exciting is you both have come together to create an AI and selling effectiveness solution. I want to encourage our listeners, reach out to me, reach out to Tom, reach out to Zeev about that. Zeev, you want to give us kind of like the elevator pitch about that?
Absolutely. So Tom Snyder is an incredible world-class sales trainer, and he helps companies all over the world. I help sales companies all over the world to automate their AI. The aha moment between Tom and I is like, if we bring your genius into our processes, now the sum is so much greater than its part. And that's what we're doing. We're taking brilliant sales training that works with AI automation and AI technology that changes everything. And when we marry that together, now your sales team is equipped for so much more success.
Yeah, once again, we've done a lot of work over the years with Funnel Clarity and Tom and you, Zev, and a number, many of our customers, client members of the IPS, and the results have been tremendous over the years. And now seeing you both come together for a solution that will definitely change the direction of companies utilizing AI, and then of course sales performance excellence, is very, very exciting. So once again, reach out to me, Fred Diamond, reach out to Tom Snyder or Zeev Wexler, and let's get something going with your company. All right, once again, this is the AI and Sales Brief podcast. It's a sub-brand of the Sales Game Changers. My name is Fred Diamond.